Nice day, huh? Okay. All right. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. See, cars are a young man's game. I just don't understand the whole big V8 nonsense. See, the BMW M4 here, perfect in every possible way. Inline 6, twin turbo. What the hell? Oh, see, I know a midlife crisis when I see one. That's not gonna fly. Not here, not on my roads. Not happening. That's that. Nope. Let's show Grandpa who's boss, huh? I don't like it. I just don't like it. Come here, Grandpa.
Like a ticking time bomb, they got me on Tourette's. I mean, I cut these rappers up like I used to let. And if you're playing with your boy, it's like Russian roulette.
Proceed with caution, cousin niggas steady after me like, hold up. Man, watch what you say to me, soon be warned up, I'm about to lead a bitch briefly.
70 years of Corvette, 7 of the BMW M4. This has been around for 10 times longer than this. New school, old school. Inline 6, twin turbo, V8. Guys, we are here to discover the real difference between the BMW M4 and the Corvette Stingray. Welcome to Keeping Up with the Variants. My name is John Porter. I've got a great video lined up for you guys today. So again, like I mentioned, 2017 BMW M4, 2016 Corvette C7. To the untrained eye, what's going on here? John, you always do this. You brought us the M3 versus the Supra, and now you're bringing these two random cars? Guys, no. These cars are a lot more similar than you would expect. They are both in the 400 horsepower club. They both are rear-wheel drive. They both have automated manuals. The prices are similar on these cars. Very strange. But guys, we're here to discover the true difference between these two cars. Sound, speed, handling, and even a drag race at the very end. So guys, join me as we figure out which car I would prefer. Now, of course, this is KUWTB. You would assume, John, of course it's going to be the BMW. Well, guys, this is not a bias review. My last review was a bias review. E90 M3 versus Supra, of course I would pick my car. But guys, today, even playing field between these two cars. And I'm excited to find out which one I'd prefer. So let's get started. All right, guys, my favorite test, at least one of them, the sound test. Now, we've got a classic American V8 versus an inline 6 twin turbo. Twin turbos are known to not sound as good as V8s, but let's find out for ourselves. Come with me, guys. Okay. It's always cool to see some hot hatches doing their thing. Guys, again, 2017 M4, Nardo Gray, bone stock exhaust system. Let's take a listen. Go ahead and rev it up. I don't know. I don't know. One more time for me. It's decent. It's decent. What do you guys think? I don't know. It's okay, but I want to hear the classic V8. Let's take a listen to this. Now, I love Corvettes. It's a fact I love Corvettes. And this one's gorgeous. Quad pipes, just like the M4, but all in the center this time. Let's take a listen to this Corvette. Oh, I'm already in love. I love it. Guys, I think it's pretty obvious who won here, but I would love to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments which of these two cars sound better. Let's rev them up, guys. Both of them, rev them up. This one. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. I'm getting in this car. But guys, so we're inside the BMW M4. This thing truly is a precision tool. Compared to the Corvette, at least, this thing drives so smooth. The Corvette is a beast. It, in a second, can take you from 0 to a million, and you have to pretty much just hold on and hope you don't crash. But at the same time, the BMW,
And instead, it does take time for the turbos to kick in and actually build boost, but it feels like it's almost too much time. And it's a little confusing because I assumed getting into this car, it would immediately feel faster than the BMW M3, my particular car, the E90, but it doesn't. Maybe that's because of the fact that it needs to build that boost and that time difference, it's like, what's going on? Maybe it's just the fact that the car is as fast as I assumed it was. I assumed this car would be like light speed compared to my little E90 M3. But sitting in the car now and kind of getting on it, getting up to speed, taking corners with it, it's just not nearly as fast as I expected. But right now, we're just kind of taking some canyon roads up in Mexico. Up in Mexico. I don't know if that one works. Anyway, guys, so again, this car does feel great. Is it what I was expecting? No. But I do love the sound of those turbos, man. When those things kick in and that, oh man, that whoosh, that no homo suck sound. Oh dude, it sounds incredible. Let's see if we can get a taste of it real quick. Woo! I love that. I love that. It's funny, my wife was driving the car just a moment ago and she compared the sound of when it shifts gears or, you know, when it burbles to the sound of when like Superman would hit the sound barrier. I like that. I think it's kind of cool. Let's actually put it into manual mode here and let's see if we can have some fun. There's a Mustang passing by. Ooh, a Mustang. Oh, I love that. There's some shift lights as well, guys. There's some shift lights as well that let you know when to shift up, which is perfect in this car. So again, guys, nice red leather interior here, perforated. I believe these have cooled seats, heated seats, one or the other. Maybe? You would assume so? Yes, I do see heat. I do not know if there are cooled seats. Do you need that? No, you don't really. But at the same time, I'm putting it back in the drive. You don't really need it, but at the same time, it's a cool feature. I know a lot of these newer luxury cars, you know, this is what I say. When it comes to BMW, BMW is focused on sport. When it comes to the three German brands, BMW focuses on sport. Audi focuses on technology. Get out of here. Mercedes focus on luxury. And that sounds about right. I feel like each one of them has their little crown, but when it comes to BMW, their crown is sportiness. And I believe you can definitely feel that here. All you gotta do is downshift. Oh, there's a little truck in front of us, see? Haha. Don't downshift unless you have a little bit of space. And book it up this hill. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this thing, it's a tool. Taking this corner about 45 and taking it like nothing. You know, the car might not sound great, but ooh, it drives great. That's a fact. Oh man, I can't get over those turbos. Those things sound insane. Oh, downshift. Rev match downshift, you gotta love that. That's the one thing about these automated manuals, man, I'm telling you. It's funny, without the exhaust, all I hear is engine. That's all I hear. This car, I feel like with an exhaust, it completely changes the way it sounds. It sounds so much better. All right, here we go. Oh, broke the tires out. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, it doesn't feel nearly as fast as I expected. But it does, you know, here's the strange thing. I like the sound of the turbos more than I like the sound of the exhaust. Does that make sense? Is that a thing? I know that's a little strange, but those turbos just completely overtake all the rest of the sound of the car. It doesn't sound bad. It's not really fair when you have cars like the E36, the E46, and the E90X right before this car. Because then it makes this car just, you know? Even, and especially that Corvette, the sound of it is just intoxicating. Okay, I mean, steering is nice and direct. I have it in sport mode at the moment, so the steering is nice and direct. It doesn't feel, obviously it's drive-by-wire, it doesn't really feel like it. It feels The steering, at least, feels relatively analog. Now, there are a million buttons in this car, but the driving experience is still really nice. I mean, taking corners, I'm not nervous at all. I feel really confident taking these corners at speed, which is exactly what you want. You don't want, I mean, don't be wrong. It's fun to have a car that feels like it's gonna kill you, AKA Dodge Viper, Corvette. But when it comes to confidence, inspiring, I think that's what the BMW can get you. Look at this, foot to floor in a corner, third gear, 4,000 RPM, takes it like a champ. It is nuts. And that's something that the Corvette cannot deliver. You foot to floor in third gear and you're spinning out. I truly believe that. Let's pull over and wait for the guys. But I do really enjoy driving this car. It's strange. It's just a strange feeling because, again, it's not the fastest thing. It's a lot slower than I expected, but at the same time, it is fun to take in corners. I believe the difference here so far that I've noticed is if you want a car that you can take straight to the track, you can take on some canyon roads that isn't particularly the fastest in a straightaway, this is the one you want. I did break loose going from second to third, and that's easy for a car with 400 foot-pounds of torque. But it's just not nearly as quick as the Vette, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. For right now, if it was stock versus stock, I'd pick Corvette, but this thing drives so great. Oh, look at this. Confidence inspiring. Oh man. But modified versus modified, I believe I would choose this car. That's without a doubt. But this car might just win me over with these driving in this canyon road. It's, oh my gosh, it's so composed. I know, I put my foot to the floor, I know what the car is gonna do. It's predictable. That's either a good thing or a bad thing. In this case, I believe it's a good thing. You want predictable in the canyons, on the track. You don't want something that, uh-oh, if I do this, will I crash? That's the last thing you want. I believe that's what this can give you. And this is a nice little tight road, but we're still able to have a lot of fun and get up to speed on it. And this car allows you to do that. And I'm so happy I actually rented this car, that I've got to finally understand the big deal about the F-Series generation. First time driving an F-Series car. I've never driven an F30, F32, F80, F82, nothing. This is my first time, and I'm happy it was the M4. I think this is, if I was gonna get a new F-Series M car, I think it might be this one. I do hear a lot about the M2 though. I'm gonna have to try that one out next. Look at that. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, this is a lot of fun. So far, guys, what we've learned is, now the car might not be as fast as I was expecting in a straightaway, but in the corners, oh, it is a joy to drive.
I can never get over that sound. Welcome to Keeping Up with the Bavarians, guys. Guys, today is a pretty awesome day. First and foremost, I want to welcome Team Shermer to the United States. And if you don't know, make sure to hit teamshermerparts.com to grab yourself some really awesome gear. But guys, again, if you've never heard of Team Shermer, I'm about to fill you in. These guys make some of the fastest BMWs around the Nurburgring. The Nurburgring being one of the craziest tracks on earth. Brands will literally send their cars there just to figure out what they're capable of. Over 100 corners, 12 miles long. It is a beast of a track, and that's why they call it the Green Hell. But Team Shermer makes some of the fastest BMWs around that particular track. But regardless, guys, I am so happy to welcome Team Shermer to the United States. Make sure to go hit up teamshermerparts.com. Grab yourself a really awesome track package. They also have aero and engine packages as well if you want to check that out.
Now back to the show.
Okay, guys. As you can hear, we are now inside of the Corvette C7 Stingray. Oh man, I'm excited to do this. As I just mentioned, the M4 is a weapon on these canyon roads. So I don't know how this is gonna stack up, but I'll tell you this already. I can already feel the difference in weight. At least it feels heavier. This gigantic hood on the front of this car, you are driving a completely different car. A completely different car. And you hear a lot more, which is nice. Those downshifts sound glorious. I know, again, with tuning the M4, oh, look at that, there we go. It grips up nice. With tuning the M4, oh yeah, can get like this, but right now, oh, this car, it's a completely different beast on this road. You see, I don't know if you notice, in the M4, there's a lot of me kind of swaying back and forth. I get on, I sway. And booking up this hill. Oh yeah. And this car, you want to see what happens when I actually put my foot down on the pedal? Let's take a look here. Let's drop in a second. Okay. Just gonna find a nice little straightaway for a moment. Perfect. And watch what happens when I step on this car. Okay. Yes. that is what happens when I put my foot in on this car. It is a completely different experience. This car, you don't need to be high in the rev range to keep this car at the fun level, right? You could be anywhere in the RPMs and you're having fun. I want to get by Roberto. He's going a little slow for my taste.
That was easy.
I had to do it. I'm sorry, buddy. We got to enjoy these cars. So, again, this thing in the canyons. Oh yeah, completely different car. You can't put your foot down on the ground when you're in a corner. You do that, you're spinning. Now I do have traction control on at the moment, just because I gotta have a little bit of confidence behind the wheel, right? But so far, this car handles pretty great in the corners. Again, not what I was expecting. What did they tell you about Corvettes? Yeah, sure, they're fast in a straight line, but they don't handle.
Really, nigga?
But me, I think it's handling pretty good so far. I mean, foot to floor in a wide corner, and we're moving. Oh, we're moving. It hooks up pretty nice. Yeah, let's see. Oh my gosh. At 3,000 RPM, you put your foot down, it goes. It goes. That just does not happen in the M4. Not even close. Not even close. Okay, nice little corner here. Downshift. It's about quarter throttle. Hooked. Pretty good. Yeah, no. M4 and Corvette, as I mentioned at the beginning, they are similar when it comes to specs, stats, whatnot. But when it comes to taking these corners and these canyons, I don't think they can be more different. This is the opposite of confidence inspiring. Now, that does not mean it can't handle these corners. I just don't feel as confident. I'm a decent driver. I'm not gonna say I'm a good, great driver, nothing like that, but I will say I'm a decent driver. But even I am a little nervous to put my foot down in these corners. Oh yeah. The whole hood lifts up off the ground. Oh, it's a great, don't get me wrong, it's fun. It's definitely fun. Corvette, with Corvette, they know how to have fun. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, and I love the exhaust note. Oh, it sounds so good. I think the Corvette, personally, the Corvette beats out the M4 in exhaust sound all day, even when the M4 is modified. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, this is a bone stock exhaust. It sounds, if I tap the throttle, get a little bit of blowback. Watch. You don't have to do much. You really don't. This car is a blast to drive. Oh my goodness. drive this all day. So far though, the driving position of the M4 in my mind is a little bit better. The driving position in the Corvette, I feel like the steering wheel is between my legs. It's like my legs are here and the steering wheel is here. It's like I have to grab in between my legs. It's kind of a funny feeling. But no, dude, this is a lot of fun to drive in the corners. Confidence inspiring, to me personally, not so much. To me personally, not so much. But that does not mean it's a bad driving car. This car is still a ton of fun to take around some corners. And you know what? I want to go up and do it again. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I want to do it some more. But yeah, so far guys, I would suggest, in my opinion, the Corvette has won the sound test through and through. The BMW, in my mind, with that confidence-inspiring drive the BMW offers you, I would say that the BMW has won the handling segment. But now it's time to move into the third segment, which is acceleration and speed. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is gonna win, like, hands down. But I'm still very excited and interested to see what happens between these two cars. Let's go ahead and hop into the park, and yeah, we'll catch you in a second, guys. We'll wait for the light. Fuck it.
Round
3, 2, 1,
fight.
go.
And he's like, is that the NOS? I said, no, that's the turbo. What the hell's going on? What? This is a waste of time. Be objective, look at it, and try and find the positivity in it. I said, okay.
All right, hey, let's go meet them over there, yeah? So, Yuppie John obviously would choose the BMW without a second thought. It's obvious. Peasants drive Corvettes, men drive BMWs, but the regular, normal KUWTB John. Guys, we've had a great day today. The M4 versus the Corvette. It's been a lot of fun. The cars, from the beginning of this, I assumed they'd be very similar. But now that I'm looking at it again, they were so different, I was not expecting it. I've driven the Corvette, I've driven the Bimmer around twisties, on the straights, had a sound test, and guys, each one in their own specific category. The M4 won in the canyon test. That was pretty easy. That wasn't very difficult to figure out. Again, inspires confidence, foot to floor, able to take corners without a doubt, without an issue at all. While the Corvette, on the other hand, was fun, but it definitely was more scary. You put your foot to the floor and you're like, am I about to die? But regardless, the Corvette is a lot of fun in the corners, but I believe the winner of the handling course would go to the M4. Sound test, I almost skipped that because it was a pretty obvious Corvette won that test. It's a V8, let's be honest, it's a V8. V8s tend to sound better, but especially in this case, the Corvette won me over just like that. Lastly, as you guys just saw, the acceleration test. The M4, it just took too long to build boost. I was not going to brake boost. I was thinking about doing it, but it is also not my car. I don't want to damage anything. So the M4 unfortunately lost to the Corvette in the acceleration test. Overall, if I had to combine all three tests and what I would choose personally, I think just by a hair, I would say the BMW won. Old man.
Nice mask. Look at this car, bro. You clearly have insecurity issues. Bright yellow? Dude, you're too old for that. That's a real man's car over there. You understand me? Do you understand?
What, is the bank on that car?
I would say the BMW one just by a hair. Yes, sir, I would. Hey, look, KUWTB, we're Beamer lovers, but I did give the Corvette an honest shot. I still love this car. Corvettes were my first dream car when I was very, very young. My father owned an 87 Vet, bought it brand new from the factory. So I have a big spot in my heart for Corvettes. But the way that this thing took corners, you guys saw the smile on my face. It's hard to ignore that. But guys, regardless, thank you so much for joining us here today. I hope you enjoyed. This is a really tough shoot. Roberto had barely any sleep, pretty much no sleep. The weather worked out good, but there was a lot of factors. But regardless, thank you so much for stopping by. Please subscribe, hit the little icon to be notified when a new video comes out. And again, guys, please stay legendary.